Hi Pisces, welcome to your February love and relationship reading. I'm first going to be doing a spread for singles and then moving into a spread for my couples. So for those of you who are just tuning in, these are generalized readings, so that means that not everything in the reading may pertain to you. I'd also like to encourage you guys to check out your moon and rising sign, and then check out a reading that correlates with your moon and rising sign and see if the information within those readings pertain to you more. So, what I like to do, like I just said, is I like to start with a spread for my singles. And one of the things that I think tarot is so wonderful for, it's a wonderful tool of reflection. And so the spread for the singles really focuses, more of where you're at in your mental space to see how prepared you are to move forward with a certain type of relationship, I guess, and to see if maybe that opportunity is present for new love to come into your life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Mary El Tarot deck. Oh, by the way, I'm also available to answer any questions at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. I'm also available to do private readings upon request. Okay, so the first card in the spread represents where you are right now, and this is the Five of Wands. This could indicate that maybe you're dealing with some conflict that's going on in your life. This could be from family members. This could be from maybe past relationships that you've been. Maybe this could indicate you working through some issues from a past relationship. Maybe you could even be just recently being single and kind of going back and forth with that person who you're just in a relationship. So the next card has to do with what's covering you, and it's the Eight of Cups. And what I think this means is that this is you trying to exit this Five of Wands situation and moving forward in a positive light. What's crossing you is the Nine of Discs. This has to do with you standing in your own power, standing in your own strength. Okay, so with these three cards, I really think that this has to do with you recently being single and you leaving this situation to move forward. The next card has to do with the foundation of this situation. And this is the World card, and it's usually the foundation of this situation is usually closely related to the recent past. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read these cards together, okay? So the recent past is the Moon. The foundation of this situation is the World. What I think happened here is you were in a relationship where it had the promise of really moving forward, and I think that you thought that this was a relationship where you could have something really serious, or maybe you were in the, already in something serious. However, we have the Moon here, so we have some deception, some things that weren't made clear, some dishonesty that happened, okay? The next card represents your aspirations, what you want. This is the King of Wands. This is standing in your truth. We have passion, someone who stands to their integrity, intense love, being true to who they are, okay? The next card represents you in the near future. This is the devil. This has to do with being released from a situation. This is you exiting from this situation here and really standing in your ground. This also has to do with some passions. This could indicate that maybe somebody is going to come into your life that really ignites fire within you, okay? Lots of lust. The next card has to do with the outcome. This is the Seven of Swords. This has to do with you really processing the things that have happened to you, processing the dishonesty that happened. But ultimately, I feel like this is really you standing within your ground, standing within your strength. You're not going to totally be completely over this situation, but this is you being in a good foundation for things to move forward. So with that said, I think it's really important for you to ground yourself by working with maybe some smoky quartz. This keeps you grounded and keeps you connected with Mother Earth, and this also repels negativity around you, like working, like as like a piece of armor, so to speak. Okay, so you have some things to work through. This is February seems to be a month of introspection and reflection for my other signs as well. But I don't want you to be discouraged. I want you to really seize this opportunity as the foundation that you're building for wonderful things to come into your life, okay? So with that said, I'm going to be moving into my relationship spread for my couples. I'm going to be working with this deck. Okay, so the first card in the spread represents what you're bringing into this relationship. This is the King of Pentacles. This has to do with your strong sense of family and dedication to nature. Again, family, this could indicate you maybe wanting to start a family with this individual, maybe moving forward with other earthly matters, such as maybe buying a house, or if you guys are already living together, continuing to work on that foundation of your relationship. Okay, so you guys can continue to constantly move forward with each other. This is the Four of Swords. This represents where you're at in regards to the other person. This is letting me know that you're rather exhausted. I think that you're spending a lot of mental energy thinking about this relationship, constantly spinning your wheels, how things could change, how things could grow. And when I say change, that doesn't necessarily mean a negative thing. It just, your mind is going, you're spinning your wheels a lot in regards to this relationship. And this is a reminder to take a break, rest, quiet your mind, and try and center yourself, okay? The next card has to do with what you want from this relationship. This is the Ace of Cups. This is an abundance of opportunity. You see no boundaries as to where this relationship could grow. There's deep, deep emotions here, okay? The next card represents what the other person is bringing into this relationship. This is the Queen of Wands. You both have very strong personalities. Your partner has a lot of passions, likes to take control. This person also has a very protective sense over family. And when feels threatened, though, this person has a tendency to lash out and be defensive. The next card represents what the person is getting out of this relationship. I really think that this relationship has the potential. This relationship is either in a very serious, committed relationship or has the opportunity to be in that sort of capacity. The Empress, this person, in regards to this relationship, is really in family mode and wanting to really continue to build things with you, move forward, deepening the commitment that you guys have with each other. The next card represents what they want from you. This person could be, this is the Five of Wands, this person could be, and this is probably why you're spending a lot of mental energy thinking, this person wants more and more from you. I feel like this person is so in love with you that they just can't get enough, and sometimes it could feel like it's rather overwhelming. And I really think that this has to do with the Four of Swords and this mental energy that you're spending thinking about it, where this person just is continuing to want more and more from you. And I think that you feel like you're giving all that you can give. And we also, remember, we have these two very strong personalities that's within, the both of you. So there might be kind of a struggle for maybe more of an alpha partner at times, because you guys are both just extremely strong-willed. The next card has to do with how you see the other person. This is the Emperor, somebody you have a lot of respect for, someone you lean on. This is someone you like to bounce things off of as far as career, major life decisions. This is your partner, okay? This is somebody who you lean on, lots of respect. This is the king in your life, king or queen. The next card represents how your partner sees you. This is a Four of Wands. This is a celebration card. If you guys are dating, this could indicate that this individual wants to take your relationship to the next level. And I think that's really evident by like the Emperor, the Empress card here. This is someone that you're extremely happy with. The outcome, and I think that this has to do, this is the Eight of Swords. What I think that this has to do with is we have your partner pulling at you. We have you spending all this mental energy thinking about what, all this mental energy in regards to the direction you want to take this relationship. Your partner wanting to move forward, which I actually think that's ultimately what you want to do too. I think that you two are on the same path. However, I don't know if things are being communicated effectively to where you guys are on the same page. Remember, we also have these extreme personalities that are going on here. The Eight of Swords can indicate that you guys are kind of at a standstill, you're stuck, and I really think that to get through this, we just need some effective communication to lay out your wants and needs and expectations out on the table. And really just, again, communicate to be able to work through these things and come to a common ground. You guys seem to really, as far as your connection with each other and it being so intense, I think that you guys are actually on the same page with each other. It just has to do with the approach that you guys are both taking with one another. And again, we have these extreme personalities that are that we're dealing with here too. So with that said, I think you guys should work with fluorite. This will aid in effective communication and also balance those emotions. We have these, again, I keep going back to these really extreme personalities that we're dealing with here. And also, I think it would be beneficial for you guys to work with rose quartz, as I do with all my love readings. This is really going to help open up that heart chakra and allow you to love one another, and also lay the foundation for a lot of mutual respect. I just think that you guys have so much passion in this relationship that it could actually get in front of you and prevent you guys from moving forward, with also these extreme personalities. So just some effective communication so that you can see really where you both are and really talk about the types of approaches that you need to exercise with one each other so that you can continue to build on this relationship, okay? So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at mantraflowtarot@gmail.com. Thanks, you guys. Bye.